Okay, hopefully that's all working. Welcome to the bit of the video where I'm just checking to make sure everything works okay. Let's try the chat. Hello and welcome to anyone in the chat, if anyone is catching the stream. Okay, let's see if that comes up in a minute, hopefully. Let's see, okay, looks like we're up and running. Fantastic. Okay. Great. Right, if anyone joins, feel free to write anything in the chat. Hi, I'm Chris, and this is my game Realm of the Empress. It's a single-player fantasy adventure board game where you explore a large open area, in this case, Port Ovis. You do quests and learn and upgrade a variety of skills, and buy weapons and armor and upgrade those to progress your character. There is a main story, but it takes place just in your dreams, and the idea is it's a hook that keeps you wanting to play more, but it isn't the main focus of the game. In this video series, I'll be doing a full playthrough of the game. Each video should be about an hour long, and the last playthrough I did was about 60 hours, so it should be quite a long series. I'm streaming Monday to Thursday at 7 o'clock, 7 PM UK time, every week for the next few months. So please, if you leave a comment if you watch a video, or if you catch a live stream, write something into the chat. The reason why I'm doing this is for trying to get as much feedback as possible. Okay, I think that's it. So I'll just do a quick recap. Obviously, if you want to know more, feel free to watch any of the previous videos. Probably start with number 1 would be my suggestion. So when you start the game, you can choose a species to play as. These have their own pros and cons, and they each start with a combat bonus and a skill bonus. I chose this one called the Fallen Fae. They've got a low health to start with, and they can't hold a great sword, but they've got a good combat bonus, and they start with sneaking at level 1. So normally to learn a skill, you would have to maybe do a quest and then start upgrading it, but we start with this straight away. There is a video where I do some sneaking. I think it's the 3rd one or something like that. You would have to check it out. Okay, so we've got 7 quests going on at the moment. Because of the open nature of the game, you can take on as many quests as you like, but my quest tracker currently only has space for 10 quests going on simultaneously, so I think it's quite good to have a bit of a limitation on there, otherwise you can get a bit ridiculous. But so we've got 7, and also what I did last stream was I put our map card that we were on last and our 12-sided die with 8 steps done on it. So we track the amount of steps we do, and then every 12 steps when we reset the die, we will change the time every half hour. So you get quite a lot of steps during the day. It's something where I wanted there to be a time mechanic. I wanted there to be a difference between day and night, but I didn't want it to be something you have to worry about as you're playing. So it's a very lenient, it's a very sort of relaxed game. There's nothing you're really fighting against time to finish off or do anything in that time limit. So here's our tracker. We are tracking our time. We've got day and night. We've got morality there. So the morality system means if you do something like stealing or pickpocketing from a character, you will lose 1 per attempt, regardless of if you're successful or not. And the only way of getting it back up again to 5 is is by doing quests. So you can run out of quests, and you can run out of getting your morality high again. So you do have to think a little bit about that. The more stealing you do, the less morality you have, the higher the consequence, like not being able to go to shops or not being able to talk to people to get quests done. We've also got all the skills there. Mining, logging, we've already got at level 1. Sneaking and pickpocketing is from our species, and then we learned intimidation last stream as part of a quest. We haven't paid the inn yet. We did a quest where we can get access to the inn. I'll show you what that means in a minute, but we have to pay at the end of the week, which is a good thing for us. It gives us a bit of time to earn a bit of money. We have to earn 50 gold, but then if we want to keep using the inn, we have to pay at the beginning of the week. So we need 100 gold saved up. Yeah, we need 100 gold saved up by the end of this week. We're on, I've got day of the week, week of the month, and month of the year, just because there was space. Really don't need to do that. But we're on day 2 of the first week at the moment. We've got 3 bits of leather armor. We've got the head, hands, and feet. And yeah, I'll show you what that looks like as well now. I've got a player mat, again, homemade cardboard playing mat. In the top left corner we've got our equipment. Like I said, at the moment we've got boar, leather, hat, boots and gloves. We've got a bronze short sword which we got from a quest, and an old fishing rod which we got from the last quest. We did a bit of fishing if you want to see how that works. Watch the last video. And we also started with a satchel, and that gave us access to these 35 slots. So it's a chit based game. Each chit is basically a 1/2 inch square, but some of them are different sizes. The pickaxe and axe are 2, for example, and the fishing rod and the old short sword are sort of thinner, long ones. So there's a bit of organisation, real space organisation of the things you've got. I've got quite a lot of worms here for fishing. Might have to drop some of those, which you can do. You can just drop them on the map card you're on, and then you roll a dice to see if you get it all back or just a couple back. We've also got a pouch, so this is the only thing you can access during combat. So you want to keep your food here because that's the main way of getting health back. We've got quest items here. We've got a dream deck. We had a dream a few streams ago, and I think we will today as well. So this is the main story that should hopefully keep you hooked coming back. This large space is the inventory we've unlocked. It holds twice as much as your satchel, and you can stack up to 5 of the same item in one space. So you can keep loads there, but the catch is that you can only access it on the map card with the inn on it, so you have to sort of come back and unload. We've got a skiff storage which we haven't unlocked yet, that's much later. We've got a weather system, it's only ever going to be okay or raining, so it's sort of set in sort of Welsh UK kind of weather, so the best you're going to get is okay, or it's just raining. So there is a difference. So animals won't come out during the rain, which can be quite good if you go logging, so that means you won't get any interactions, but it can be a bit annoying as well. So there is a mechanical difference with the weather system. And then lastly, we've got a spot down at the bottom there, which this is for Merwin's map. So we got this from a quest, and it's the only quest item. It's the only thing that gives us a map of Port Ovis. So I've got a special space for it here, so we can refer back to that to make sure we're going roughly the right direction. It's a hand-drawn map from a partially sighted older lady, so it's not 100% accurate, but it gives us a direction, north, south, east and west, to go in, which is where you can move from the map card. So I'll just quickly show you a map card and show you what that looks like if you haven't seen it already. In the top left corner we've got a number, which is the number of the map card, so in this case it's 175, and then we've got numbers for if you want to go north, east, south or west, which you can't move diagonally in this game. So north, south, east or west. So this is the smithy. This is where we left off on the last stream. So we've done 8 steps. So we've got we're on our last hour. Don't know if you can see that. We're on our last hour on our tracker. So I'll show a little bit how night works, but we don't really want to get caught out at night. So we're going to head back to the inn because we want to sleep, and then we'll do some quests and hopefully get a bit of gold. I use these real coins for gold. These are just cheap fortune coins. I think they're Chinese fortune coins you can get off for the internet, and it's a bit more fun than just having chits. We've also got a coin purse that we keep our money in. We've got 28 gold coins at the moment. Right, so I'm going to put this down here because we're going to go that direction. So I think that's it. Yeah, so we're going to go back to the inn and sleep, and it'll probably turn to night on the way. We'll see how that goes. So we're going to go east, so we want card 174. Here's our map deck. They're mini cards, there are over 300 of them, and they're divided into groups of 50. So that's how we find the right card. But they're going to be off screen a little bit. So 174, we go into the right category of them. Look in the top left corner for 174, and then place it down. It should match up with the drawing, which it does. In this game there's a system of if you follow paths you always get to a building, and in building there are characters, and every character is at least part of a quest, if not maybe starting one. So if you never know what to do or get a bit lost, find a path and then follow it to somewhere and talk to one of the characters. So we're going to go east. So going east to west is quite simple because the numbers will either go up or down sequentially if you're going east to west, and we'll have a bit of a jump if you go north to south. So 173 then next, and we just keep going along. We're following the path. 72. Right, the path goes up there, so 128, 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11 steps that is there now. So it's going to turn to night, not the next one but the one after that. So 128. Let's get that ready. And I'll show you how night works. 128. So we go north a bit, and then we're going to go to 129. Okay, so we'll just put those down. So this is how we'd move during the day. Just put the cards down and then tally up your steps. So 12 and then 1. So as we go to 1 on that, we are now going into night. So night, it means you're quite lost at night. So what you do is on the card you are on, you reverse it to the night side, which is very dark and very difficult to see anything. So I'm trying to replicate, I don't even know if that's going to focus, I'm trying to replicate what it would actually be like at night. You can buy lanterns to help light up different map cards around you, but at the moment we've got nothing. So we're going to blindly hope we can see and go back to the inn. We might get a bit lost, we'll see how we go. We also have to roll an 8-sided die to see if we encounter a fire, which could be good or bad, or a night stalker, which is not quite a zombie but not quite a ghost, not quite a creature of some kind, an indescribable creature of weirdness we don't want to get in contact with. You can always flee combat though, but only after they've had a chance to hit you once. So we can just, and we will just run away from the Night Stalker if that comes to it. So we just put away all the map cards. So this is how night works. You can put away all the cards you had out before. So you take away all the cards and we're just left with 1. And we're going to hope we know the right way. We want card 130. Now we're using the back of the cards. That one's not on the back. Now it's on the back. So 130. We're again still looking in the top left corner, but it's a lot more difficult because it's a lot darker. 130, and that goes down there. I think, oh there it is, yeah. So that's now 2. Let's keep going along. So we want 131. 131. There is a building there. We can see. I think that is just the pub. Before we move, we roll 1 8-sided die. So let me just double check what each one means in the rule book. So when you're moving at night, you roll a 8-sided die. 1 to 6 is nothing. A 7 is to take a random card from the found fire deck. You can find fires or make fires, and they both have their own different decks about what you get from them. Found fires are not found on map cards with a building on it, which would be the next card, but not this one. And then an 8 is encounter a Night Stalker. So I've got my fancy die tray, and I'm going to find an 8-sided die, which I think that one goes up to 8. Yeah. So we roll this for every step that we take. It's a 3, nothing happens. That's good. I'm just going to move this all over here out the way. Okay. Right, then we move the next one. This one's got a building on it, so we cannot encounter a fire. So we would just take that as a nothing. So I'm going to double check what this is afterwards. So we roll first. It's a 6. Was it 1 to 6 was nothing? I think it was 1 to 6, wasn't it? Where's my 90 gone? 1 to 6 is nothing. I'm going to keep that out actually. Yeah, so we're fine. and that is a building. So there's a buildings deck. So this is how it works. When you come onto a map card with a building, you would find it in the buildings deck to see who is inside. So this is 131. So the buildings cards will have a number on the front, I guess, and we try to find the right one, the corresponding one. So 131. These two. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the old lamb. So you'll then see who is in. This one's kind of special because the two cards make one big area. So you would see then who is inside and you can interact with any of them. But we're aiming to get to the inn, not the pub. So we'll put those back. But at least that kind of gives us a bit of a frame of reference. We'll put the buildings deck back. Bit of a frame of reference. So we're going to continue east to 132. Okay, and then we roll on this. It's a 3, and that's a 4. So we're doing okay with our rolls at the moment. At some point we want to go up. So that's now 5 steps, and we roll again. 5. We're okay. I think we want to go north. Can we go north? I think so, yeah. 108. I'm going to try to go north. Oh, that's still the same one, so that's fine. 108. There it is. Let's go north to 108. Yeah. Pretty sure I know where we are. So that's 6, and we roll again. 3, good. And then we want 107. I'll show you what 107 looks like. This one might be able to see. I'll tell you what, let's have it. That's the day card. It is the inn. Let's get that. Do that so the camera can focus for you, and then we'll flip it over. Hopefully you can see that that is the inn. So we're getting to the inn at night, and we're 7. We've done 7 steps to get there. We roll again. There can't be a 5, but there can be a Night Stalker. It's just a 3. So we've done 7 steps. So we haven't done an hour, I mean a half hour even, on our tracker. So we don't even need to move that. That's fine. So we have moved all the way to the inn. We've got there. So we can put these back. We're going to do a. We're going to go to sleep. So let's put that one back, and we can put these back. So we'll just put them into order. 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay. So they go back. Okay. So now we go to sleep. When we sleep, I will just double check. Okay. When we sleep, the amount of time you sleep for affects how much health you have the next day. So if you sleep for a full 8 hours, you get 10 health extra, and then it goes all the way down to if you only have 3 hours, you don't get any health, and then you can get negative health if you sleep for less than that. And if you have only a couple of hours sleep for 2 days in a row, 2 nights in a row, then you fall unconscious and bad things happen. So we are not going to get a full 8 hours sleep because we've done a bit of exploring during the night. So that's used up one. Even though we didn't do a whole half hour, we started using up that half hour. So we've actually can only get 7.5, but it doesn't go in half. So we just get 7 hours. We get 8 health on top of what we would normally have. So because of our species, we get 5 health to begin with, and then we add our defense from our armor on top of that. So our defense is 3 bits of leather. We've got hat, gloves and boots, so we can look those up and it will tell us how much armor, how much defense we get, and we add that to our 5. So each of those are worth 3, so we add 9 to 5, which is 14. So our max is 14, and then because you're only getting 7 hours of health, 7 hours of sleep even, 7 hours of sleep. Yeah, we're going to get 8 health. So we're going to do 8 plus 14. So my maths is not great. So 8 plus 20, 8 plus 14. So 8 plus 14 plus 4 is going to be 20. Is 18. 22. 22, I think. If your maths is better than mine, leave the comment. Probably is. I think it's 22, roughly. Okay. So we've slept. We did the max amount of sleep because we did a bit of moving around, so we didn't get everything. We couldn't get a full 10 health on top, but we almost did. We still got 8. That's fine. Okay, so that's how night works. You explore because the map cards are so much darker. It's quite a lot more difficult to find out where you are, especially at the beginning. So you kind of want to avoid that. But if you've got a bit of defense and you've got a short sword or something, or a shield and a sword with you, then maybe you can try a few attacks, or like I said, you can always flee from combat anyway. Problem with fishing is what we did last stream is that it used up 6 hours in a day, so it used up a lot of time. So we have now gone through I'll just do it on here, our second day. We're on our third day. We need to try to get 100 gold, or at least 50 gold to pay off. It depends if we want to keep everything in our inventory or not. We're on day 3 now. So we're on day 3. That means the steps start again from, let's put it on 12, and then the first step is number 1. We are here starting a new day at the inn. Now the quests I've got going on here, one of them says to go over to the east and then north past a wood there to find someone to help out with the quest. So we're going to do that, and then if we go west from there, we should be able to do another quest. So we're going to try to get a couple of quests done, maybe even 3. So let's see how we get on. I think that's all for it. We just got some extra health for sleeping, and we didn't have to really do much, but we are losing a bit of time because we do want to earn this 50 gold. You don't have to have the inn, I should say that. You don't have to say I want the inn. There is a wild sleeping mechanic that I could show in a different stream, perhaps after the end of this in-game week. But if we do a bit more logging and mining and maybe do a bit of fishing, we should be able to get some gold. Fishing is the best way to get gold, but it takes up the most amount of time. So it's better to do something maybe like mining, though mining takes up quite a lot of time as well. So logging, maybe we should do logging. You don't get a lot of gold, but it doesn't use up a lot of time, so we can get a lot done in a day. Right, we are on a map card at the inn on a new day, so there's a free node we can get from this card and the ones next to it or near to it, which is the apple tree. So we can get some apples, and that when we eat one of those, that's going to give us 1 point of health back. So I think it's quite useful to get that. So here we've got some apples, my chit bag. So you can get 1 apple chit per map card. It doesn't matter how many bits of the apple trees or how many apple trees there are on the map card, you get 1 regardless. So I put one there in my pouch along with some berries so we could get a bit of health back. We've got 22 health, so that's pretty good. We're going to go east, so we got card 106. Go back to our deck and have a look. So there's quite a bit of going back to the deck, putting cards out and then putting them back again, although you can explore quite a lot during the day, but it's a relaxed kind of game where hopefully you shouldn't worry too much about how much you're doing, that kind of thing. Hopefully it doesn't impact the exploration a lot. So we get another apple tree. Once we've used a node, I've got these spent node chits. They're just a circle with a line through them, so you can't use the same node until you have slept for 5 hours or more. So we'll take another apple. We'll take as many of those as we need. We probably want to go to the farmers at some point and sell the worm, maybe some of the worms, some of the raw meat, because you can learn the cooking skill to cook the raw meat. That's the best thing to do with it, really. They're only worth 1 gold and you can't eat raw meat, so they're a bit pointless at the beginning. Right, we're going to go over it again. to 105. Okay, this has a building on it, but no apple trees. We can go down there. You have to kind of work your way through the hedges and the bushes. So that's 2 steps. You can't walk through bushes, you can't swim, and you can't climb big sort of cliff edges. So it kind of makes sense, I think. So we can still pass through there. We can go to 104. Let's move this along a bit. Well, 2 steps it was, wasn't it? Okay, 104. And we can keep going to 103. And we can keep going to 102. 101. Are those apple trees? No. Ah, okay, we can't go further east from 101. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6 steps in total. Then we've got to go south, 140. So we can find 140. Aha, and we've got a node here. This is a foraging node. I think, do we want to do a foraging node? I think we could do a foraging node. You can get good things from there, but I don't know if we want to. Our inventory is quite packed at the moment. So that's what the foraging node should look like. You can see it there on the bushes. Okay, so I don't know if we want to do that just now. And we want to go 141. There's another forest, so quite a few foraging nodes. Let's go 142. 6, 7, 8, 9 steps. Let's go up to 99. 99 is not in this deck. $99, $98. Then we want 83, so 10, 11 steps. 83. So here's an example of the cliff wall that you can't walk up. I'll show you what that looks like. Hopefully you can see there's a wall, and so we can't go north of there. So we'll put that down. Then we'll do 84. Come around this way. 84. Then 85. And we want to go up from there. So 11, 12, 1, 2. So now we've gone back around to 2. We will do 1/2 hour in our time tracker. So we've got 7.5 hours left. So there's a lot of time to explore. Exploring doesn't take a lot of time, but exploring doesn't take a lot of time. But once you start using your skills, that will start using time a bit more. So once you start getting resources, ways to earn gold, then the time goes a bit quicker. So we're going around there. We're gonna go again along here. So that's 3 around that cliff edge. We're gonna go up north to 37. So that's another map card deck, 37. So one of the other cards said to go to map card 44, so we're going to look for that one as well. We know that's going to be over here somewhere because it goes 37, 38, 36 that way. So let's have a look for 37. There it is. Can't go north. So we're going to go here for 38. Can't go north there, so 39. Then 22. Let's just do this first. 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. And and 22. Aha, 22, we've got a building. So this is where I think we were instructed to go from Galad the Smithy. He wants us to chat to this guy about getting some gemstones. He says this guy might know where to get some from. So he's on map. This is on map card 22. So we're going to go to the buildings deck. 7 steps. We're going to go to the buildings deck and have a look who is in this one. This building. So 22 again. We'll have a look. There is. Oh, we've got 2. Right. Who have we got? We got GA's house and GA in the house, and we've got the observatory. So let's have a look at what they look like. So the reason for these little maps here inside the buildings is so you can do some sneaking. Use the grid to sneak around, and you can steal from the items. So the extra letters in here, like the X, the T, the D, the B, the C, they all stand for things you can steal from, and they each have different things you can steal. So the T stands for table, the D for drawers, the X for box, C for cabinet, B for bookcase, that kind of thing. So you can do some stealing, but like I said, you would lose morality whether or not you're successful. So you have to be a bit careful about when you want to do that. You don't get any consequence for just losing 1. So we could try doing 1, but if you get caught, you can get fined, and it can lead to bad things really. So let's not do that right now. GA is there. He's in his house, so we're going to have a little chat with him, see if he's got any quests or any bits of quests that we can do. At the moment we're talking to Galad. He's doing quest E. He did E1, so we're hoping he's got E2. And we'll just go to the characters deck, so we can put these back. And hopefully you'll get to a point where you never really needed the buildings one, because you know who's in there, because they don't change. So you know who's there, and you can just go straight to the characters deck. This is what the characters deck looks like. It's just a collection of characters, and they've got their names in the top left. So we're looking for GA. Where are you? There. He's a funky looking fella. So this is what the character cards look like. They all look the same. Got the name in the top left. You've got a nice drawing, and then you've got the quests that they're a part of. Quests are labelled A to Z and then numbered 1 to whatever, depending on their length. Underneath that, every character has an intimidation and a sneak level, and they've all got a certain amount of gold that they can hold, so you can pickpocket characters too. The coloured in squares on the right are for the persuasion skill. If you match 2, 3 or 4 of those, you can get half price on items at a price low price, mid price and high price. So he's got a shop. That means, what does he sell? He sells star signs, 10 gold each, and he also sells you persuasion cards, which are 25 gold each. And he's got nothing in the next bracket, which is the highest level you can persuade. So we could try to get some persuasion cards, but we don't want to spend too much gold on that right now. We've only got 28 gold anyway, so let's just, he's got E2, so we can read E2. So let's have a look at what that says, or what he says. Let's just get it there. So we're looking for gemstones. That's what Galad wants. He reckons this guy will know. So let's, GA says, yes, how may I help you? My, yes indeed, I do know of such jewels. It's quite dangerous though. You must be well equipped. You see, these gemstones can only be found in the depths of caverns, unless you are fortunate enough to find one lost at the bottom of a river or a seabed. Caverns are treacherous things indeed, filled with deadly creatures, not to mention the inherent dangers of underground cave systems. There are 2 openings, but I shall only provide you with both, so that you may avoid the latter. The first is just south a little and to the east, I believe. The other is at the southern end of the beach, far to the south. Again, do not go there, for it is very dangerous. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of information there. First of all, these gemstones are found in caverns. So these are sort of procedurally generated little systems that you can explore, and they will have different creatures, sort of nastier creatures than the ones that you just get in the woods, like animals. And they've also got hazards that are sort of, what does he say, inherent dangers to the underground cave systems. So they're quite dangerous and a bit deadly, and we still don't even have a full set of armour yet, so we're not going to do that just yet. But he's also said that you can find gemstones in the river or in sea fishing, so that's quite useful to know. Okay, so he's just given us that information. So we keep that on top of the little deck. There were 3 cards for quest E, so we're still on E2. He doesn't give us any more information, so we can go back to Gallad at the smithy, see what he says. Well, I think though what we need to do is go into a cavern to get the gems, which is going to be a little bit difficult and a little bit hard for us at the moment. So yeah, so it's a bit of information. It's quite useful, but I don't know if we're going to go into a cavern system right now. He says we need to be what do they say, well equipped. We've got a short sword, but we probably want a shield with that as well. And at the moment we're just trying to pay off our in debt, really. We just need a bit of gold. So what I think we could do is maybe do some mining and fishing and try to get close to 100 gold if we can. 100 is the max you can get in this game. So we need that really to pay off Merwin at the inn. So that's the main goal at the beginning, if you want the inn, which you don't need to rush into it straight away. I've just done that. Anyway, what we're also trying to do is quest G. So in quest G, we were asked by Rodrin, the carpenter. I'll show you this one in case you have forgotten. So he says there's this old house up on the ridge beyond the farm, burnt down years ago, but I wonder if there's anything salvageable. Head up there, would you, see what you can find. Take G2 when at map card 44. So we're going to go to map card 44 and take G2. I'm going to leave that there. We're going to put GA away. Okay, so we can use a numbering system to kind of figure out where 44 is going to be. It's going to be on this level. That's 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. It's going to be over here. So we're going to go down and along and then down again, I think. Right, anyway, let's see how we go. So we're going to go down, so that's step 8, and then we're going to go along a bit, 40. So we find 40. Okay, and we continue along, 41. Oh, we're on the right one then. Oh, it was 82 there. Yeah, I was reading that wrong. So it's just straight along. This should be quite easy. 41, 42. There's another. Oh, there are 2 more foraging nodes. Maybe we could do a bit of foraging. There's even more foraging. There's 44. So we're going to move ourselves 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So that's another half hour of time. Let's do that. We're 15 hours left. 1 hour. We've only been exploring for 1 hour and we've gone all the way around here. That's quite good. We could do some foraging. But you don't get anything super, you don't get lots of money from doing foraging, so I think we want to head to the woods really and do some logging, or maybe we do mining. Anyway, we're on 44. Let's see what G2 says. Not a lot. Okay, what does it say? You look through the burnt remains of the house, but you don't see anything that might be of interest to anyone. Right, well that's helpful, isn't it? Right, we'll go back to Rodrin maybe and finish off the quest. Will he give us any money for that? Usually when you finish a quest, you get money equal to how difficult the quest was to do or how long it was. So normal sort of short quests, I guess, like 10 gold is what you normally get. But if you do longer quests, then you can get 20 gold or maybe a bit more, or 20 gold plus an item, like we got the short sword before. So that doesn't give us a lot of information. What we could do, let's go back to the farm, which is going to be here, but we have to go around to get to it. Let's go back to the farm, and there's another quest that we can do a bit of there, and hopefully we get a bit of gold from this, and then we can do some logging. So we're going to continue on. We know that there's more nodes. There were more nodes. 46. Oh, that's got an apple tree on a bit as well. It's good. Right, we're going to get an apple from here. That means we also have to put one of our used chits on that, but not on the foraging. So just put it up there. Take another apple. Okay, so 2, 3 steps. We're going to continue along to 47. Even more apples. Fantastic. And then 48, 49, 50. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps over to here. Is that still in the shop? Yes, it is. We have used that apple node as well. And there's another one. Is that another? Yeah, that's got an apple as well. It's only got a very small bit of the tree, but it still counts. So we get another one. Apples are good early on. They only give you 1 health back, but it's better than nothing at the beginning. You can cook them into pies, apple pies, and get a lot more health back, but it costs a bit more money as well. So can we go around and back down? I think we can. Hopefully that will, I'm just going to move a couple of things across. Hopefully that will stay on screen a little bit. Maybe I can move things a little bit across. Let's move this across a little bit. Move these things across a little bit. Unfortunately my camera tripod isn't quite tall enough to get even more in, but that's okay. It does fit on the table okay though. Okay, so we want 51, 52, 53. Can we go south from there? We're still just about in shot. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps south. 68. Yes, we can go down there. I think it's all going to fit in shot just about. Okay, good. Can we do 69 from there? I think so. Then 70. Ah, there we go, 71, there's the farm. Put that back. Now that can go there. We do have space to fit all this stuff in, that's good. So, we've got some more apples as well. 11, 12, 1, 2. 2 step, another half hour. So we've been roaming around for an hour and a half, on a second hour. And we have picked up some more apples, 2 more apples. 1, 2 on that, and then we'll get the apple chits as well. 1, 2. Okay. So we have filled up our pouch. That's this one, full of apples. So we're going to put another apple here. I think we're going to sell the raw meat, and I think we can sell the worms. I'm not 100% sure. If we can sell worms, we're going to have a little look. I've got a list of sellable things in the back of the rule book. Yes, worms can be sold 3 gold each, so that's good. That is good. How much is raw meat worth? Raw meat's worth 1 gold. Right. Well, that's not so good. But the worms is good for 3, so we can get some money from that. So, I know that's the farm. but I'll show you in the buildings deck. We've got a few different characters in the farm. I think it's Gwyneth and Rodrin, so we'll just find those two characters. They have their daughters there too, but we are not going to chat to them because we've already got a quest from them. There's Rodrin. Is it Gwyneth? No, she's the... Wait. Oh, these are the Carpenters people. Who is it? It is... Not those two. Not those. Ah, Tam and Sarah. There we go. That's who it is. So, they do sell things, but we want to finish off Tam's quest. What was it? G2? Oh, he doesn't have G. Oh, it was the wood shop. It was the wood shop you had. Yeah, okay. We can't get to the wood shop with the map up. We'll have to rearrange that. What we will do is sell the worms and raw meat back to Tam, though. When we do need to go to the wood shop. It's okay. So we're going to get 3 gold each for the worms. So that's actually pretty decent. Might change that to 2 gold. 3 seems quite a lot for just some worms, but I get because they cost 5. Normally you sell for half of what something costs, but the raw meat only goes for 1. So I feel like worms at 3 is maybe quite high. What I might do is change worms to, well, they do sell for 5. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold from the raw meat. Let's do that first. And go into my little bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, actually, there is a quest we can do here. We can start another quest here. That's what we'll do. 7 gold. Let's do that. I like getting gold from the real money. I like the sound it makes. 7. Right. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Into the coin purse, thank you very much. And the worms, we're just going to do 2 gold for the worms. 3 seems quite high, really. Right, let's put that back. Worms are going to be in the foraging section. I just have to find them. Let's take them out here. It's not that one, not that one. That one, yeah, there they are. Okay, let's do it for 2 gold. I think 3 is too high. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's still 12 gold. I mean, that's quite good. So what would it be if it was 3? 3, 6, 9, 18. Yeah, almost 20 gold for 6 worms is too much, isn't it? 12 gold. We'll do it for 2. This is why we playtest. Right, worms go back. Ooh, maybe we should keep 1 for some fishing. I'm gonna keep 1 for some fishing. Now I don't know if we're gonna do fishing. I'll keep 1. I'll keep 1. So it's 10 gold. Yeah. 10 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Okay, very good. So we got 17 gold. I'm also tracking it with this. So we're trying to do 28 plus 17. So if we add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 45. I think. Same. You can always check by counting what we've actually got. I'm pretty sure it's 45. Yes, sounds about right. Well, we kept 1 worm back, just in case we do want to do a bit of fishing. We could do some foraging to get crickets. Actually, that is what foraging is good. To get crickets means you can get better fish. Right, let's have a go at a bit of. Do we want to do? Do we want to do a quest? We should. We can do a bit of a quest. We started quest K, which is a very long quest. It's got 17 different parts to it with Tam, but I think we can start this. I don't know how far through it we can go, but we're at the right place, so I feel like we can do this. Hold on. It says at night move to map card 49. So let me just read this out to you. So maybe we don't want to do this, we can do this at the end of a day, otherwise we'll just lose a whole day doing this quest. We don't want to do that. So it says, I have another thing, traveller, far more serious, unfortunately, but your helping hand will be very much appreciated. It's all very strange, you see. I'm losing sheep. Each night, I'm sure of it. Now, I'm not about to go lurking about in the shadows, spying on bandits and the like. What with those creatures stalking the night? You, however, adventurer. Perhaps this might interest you. There will be gold in it, of course, for your efforts. Thank you. Well, they don't seem to be being eaten by anything. There's no blood left behind. Excuse me. Hide around here at night and see if you can spot anything unusual. So we need to come back here. So it says at night, move to map card 49, then take K2. No companions are allowed for this quest. So, yes, we got to wait till night to do that, actually. Otherwise, we're going to use up a whole day. So let's go down to the wood shop and finish off the other quest we were going to do. We know that there are these foraging nodes up here now, so we've used these apple nodes, so we can remember the apple ones. I'm thinking about having a node list that we can easily check off the nodes we've used. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these cards here, and then I'm going to get rid of these ones we've already explored because we need a bit more space. So we remember we've done the apples, should be quite easy to remember that, and we're probably going to go through another night anyway. We're trying to get as much gold. We can pay the innkeeper. We don't have to wait to the very end of the week to pay the innkeeper. We could do it as soon as we got 50 gold. So what we do when we're packing up, we're going to do it by just going east to west, or west to east. So we got 37 to 53 here. So we just take them all and make a little pile. So like I said, this is a casual game. My table here is big enough to have a lot more out, but unfortunately the camera isn't big enough to capture it all. So that's why we have to do is probably a bit more than you might normally would have to do, but it all depends on what your setup is. Yeah, there is a bit of this going around, but it doesn't take too long, but it is a bit fiddly. Maybe it takes you out of the experience a little bit, but I quite like doing it anyway, changing it up a little bit and moving to a different section of the map. It means you don't know exactly where you are, which I quite like. So we've got 50 to 100. We can put these ones 98. 98 to 100, and we've got 83 as well. Do 83 to 85, 86, so those go back. Then we got 1 to 50, 37, 37, 38 through 9, yeah. So we take, those are going to be right, the whole back section. Then we've got 140. So 140 is going to be in here. There we go. Oh, what was that one? Didn't miss that one out. 22, GA's house and the observatory. Let's put that back. 22. So the idea also is that as you explore, you come across places, and maybe you can keep a little journal or keep notes of where you go and what you've got to do, so you can plan where you have to go and everything. Right, we're going to put those up there. I think around there, over to that side, because we're going to go this way now. So 3, 4, 5 steps. Then we're going up those steps there, and we're going further west. 67. Oh, we're running out of time quickly. I find that time goes quite quickly when playing this game. 67. I did not realise we were getting through the time so quickly. But that's what I like about it. It's supposed to sort of invoke video games that you get lost in, sort of Skyrim or Zelda type games where you start trying to do a few little odd jobs, couple of little bits, and then before you know it, you spent a couple of hours doing who knows what. I quite like that feeling of getting lost in a world. That's what I'm trying to do with this game. 118. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2. Okay, here we are at the wood shop. I think we'll get a bit of a reward. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Another half hour used. Let's put that on our tracker. So here we go. 1, 2.5 hours. Right. Yes. So we had the wrong characters before, Tam and Sarah. Now we will get the right characters. We want Gwyneth and Rodwin. There we go. These are the two people in the woodshop. So Rodwin G2 or G3 now. Right, so if we just have a look at his card again, we have just done quest G2, which is just looking at the building and finding out that it isn't of interest to anyone. We come back to Rodwin and it says G1, G3, so we know we've come to the right place. We will get G3 and read what it says. So what's he got to say about this burnt out husk? Ah, thought as much. Nothing but charcoal, I suppose. Good! Tell you what, you ever get sick of staying at the inn and paying rent, come back here. You help me get rid of that husk and supply the materials. What with my wood making skills, together with your inspiring energy, we could build a grand house up there. What a project it would be, but it would cost something special though. A man can dream though, eh? Return when you're up for the challenge. Reward 10 gold. So we do get 10 gold for that, and that is the quest that starts us off on building a house, a player house that we can have, and it means yes, we can sleep in it, we can keep our own items without having to pay any rent, and what else? There are a bunch of other stuff. You can upgrade the house so it unlocks different things that makes things more accessible. You can cook there as well. There's another one. Okay, and that's another quest we finished. So that's good. You don't want. I mean, I don't want to have millions and millions of quests all being kept at the same time. So I'm going to put that one up there. So anyway, we did one quest. What we want to do is a bit of logging. How are we doing on time? Not much time left. We could do a bit of logging. It's just up here, so we've got the space for it. Let me put the characters away. We'll do a little bit of logging, try to get a bit more gold. We're just going to send it back to them here anyway, so it should be quite easy to do. We need to add that 10 gold to us, so we do now have 55 gold. So I'd be tempted actually to go to the inn as well to pay that off. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Nice fat purse. Right, I should do it on my tracker as well. 55, yeah. Okay, let's try to get some money with logs real quick. North to 119. So when you're moving through woods, time takes twice as long. So you move the die twice for every step. So the next step is going into the woods. You want 62, so they can all go back. There is a chance we can be attacked by an animal, or we can perhaps even get some raw meat. When you're moving in the woods, let me just have a look. Yeah, during the day, 1 to 4 is nothing, 5 to 6 is a rabbit, 7's a boar, and 8's a bear. We definitely don't want a bear. So we're rolling a d8 again once we get into the woods. I think we'll be okay. We've got, how much health? 22 health, so it should be okay to take a couple of hits. We can also, we've got a combat bonus, and yeah, we should be okay. So 62. Oh, what are we doing for time? You know what? We have used up all the time. Before we go into the woods, let's finish it here. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll go into the woods tomorrow. And what will we do tomorrow? We'll go into the woods, try to get some gold. Then we will probably just do some skills, do some mining. We could do some mining down here. And we could do finish off the logging, bit of logging here. Do some mining, finish off the day. We'll get close to finish off the day. And then start that quest at the farm. Yeah, that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Yeah, so maybe a little bit shorter of a stream because of that. But that's okay. We can get a lot done tomorrow, I think, with that. And we'll leave it off here. So thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave any comments if you're watching this after the stream. Any feedback's really useful, really. That's what I'm doing it for. So thanks very much, and I'll see you tomorrow, 7 PM UK time. Thank you. Bye.